pain is inevitable. Not being able to get off the couch is painful. Not being able to play with my kids is painful. The thought of not being around for my son's first child is painful. The thought of not being here for Leland, Gabby, and Aria to graduate is painful. The thought of not being here at all is painful. I choose a new pain. Alright guys, so it's time for week 3 weigh-in. Alright, last week I was able to drop 5 pounds. My goal was to drop another 5 pounds. Alright, so look, I started out coming into this week at 382. So here we go to see where we at. Little anticipation. Little anticipation. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. Your boy's at 377, 5 more pounds. Yeah! That's 10 total now, y'all. So I started out at 387 total. Now I'm down to 377. 10 pounds. That's what I'm talking about, man. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. The boy glisten, I gave you all my heart.
All right, so I mean, my thing would be to ask you to start with, like, how do you push through the pain?
Yeah, man. How to push through the pain. When I'm in the gym, man, and I'm working out, I'm in my mind, I'm building up to get to that pain level, that pain tolerance, you know? So I'm really, when I'm lifting, I'm focusing on contracting my muscle as hard as I can and controlling the entire movement to where I get to that pain level. So honestly, that's what I'm working towards the entire time. And then when I get there, it's almost like a game I play with myself. And in my mind, I've never really explained it, but in my mind it goes something like, don't let your mind defeat your body, right? And go as far as your body will allow you to go. And in your mind, you want to quit the entire time because it's painful. I mean, shit hurts.
Yeah.
Like, bad. But there are times, now I'm not going to sit here in front like every time I can. There are times where I go to the gym, I'm like, dude, I couldn't even hardly break a sweat. Like, what is wrong with me, right? But then there are times when I start off and I'm able to push past that zone. It's amazing. And what I do to push past that zone is I have the awareness of the harder I can push in that pain, the better my results are going to be, right? And the more I can push through that pain, the further I can go. It's like almost like breaking mental barriers as well. So honestly, I go in with the mindset of I'm going to play this game against myself, and the better I play, the harder I push, the better my results are going to yield in the outcome. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
What about you, dog?
I mean, mine are definitely like a little different in the aspect of, you know, when I go to the gym and I kill myself at the gym, and I want to clarify, when I say, you know, kill myself and push through the pain, I don't mean an injury, because of course you don't want to injure yourself and push through that. You can hurt yourself.
Good side note.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you
were
going to come back on that.
Side note.
So your muscles are going to break down. They're going to hurt. I mean, there are times where I feel like I can't walk for 2 days after, you know, some workouts, or I can't seem to like lift my arms. And people ask me, like, what allows you to continue that, considering you can't see the results right away? You know what I mean? Like, for me, even when I had lost that 100 pounds, you know, looking in the mirror with my shirt off, I didn't see a huge difference.
Right.
You know what I mean? I knew I could do a better sit-up, and I could do a better push-up, and I could lift more weight and stuff. But, like, if I flexed, I could feel something underneath.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, like, you couldn't see it. And the same thing with the stomach and everything else. So, you know, sometimes for me, the hardest part is like digging deeper than that surface level of what I see in the mirror, because in reality, it's going to take a long time before I physically see muscles. I mean,
The boy had them calf
my
lines.
calf was like straight flexing,
Right.
but the rest of me, there's a big keg covering up this six pack under here. You know what I mean?
So yours is, obviously different than
Yeah.
mine.
So like for me, I have to like dig deep and seriously take it on a day by day basis.
Really operating
And-
off faith.
Yes. And when I go to the gym and I put that work in, I'm literally operating on such a big level of faith that's saying this is going to pay out in the end. I just have to take it one day at a time. You know what I mean? Because if I think about the end in the beginning or during the journey, it almost unmotivates me because it's so far away. It's hard to see and reach. But if I think at the end of that day and alone that day that I'm doing something, I'm building something underneath that I just can't see, and I hold on to that level of faith. And I mean, at the end, that's all it really boils down to, is faith that if I do what I'm supposed to do and I put that work in and I suffer through that pain and push through it, that the outcome is going to be what it's supposed to be.
So tell me what it is that you're thinking, though, as you're going through that pain. What are you thinking to push it to the next level, to take your body a little bit further, to push through that pain? What's going through your mind in those moments?
Oh man, great question. So, as a surface level, I'm thinking I'm a beast. I can do this.
Right,
You know what I mean? And I know that might sound kind of weird, but in some aspects, like when I get down
like
to the nitty gritty, where I almost feel like there's nothing left. Like that is kind of what I play in my head, and I'm like, "You're a beast. You got this. Push through this." But on a deeper level, that's when I really start digging into my why. You know what I mean? Because, like, I think about that daily action that's going to get me where I want to be. But in those moments of like despair, where the faith is like barely hanging on, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to find something to make me hold on to that level of faith. It's thinking about why I'm doing this in the first place. You know what I mean? And that's why it all ties together with the why has to be the first thing you come up with, because it's what's going to push you through till the end, and it's what's going to keep holding you on, because things are going to start to fall off. Your faith is going to get shaken and stuff like that. So in those moments, I start like picturing my daughter, you know what I mean? And I picture my wife and my other kids sitting at home or whatever they're doing. And I start picturing the future, and I start actually picturing walking down the aisle with Aria when she's grown, you know what I mean? Or picturing her walking across stage, getting her diploma. And the same thing with, Leland and Gabby. I start picturing, and I mean like vivid visions of their future and their graduations and their kids and their marriages and things like that. And that's where it helps me to hold on to that faith that what I'm doing today and this pain that I'm feeling, and when I say pain, I'm talking about agonizing pain. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I mean, like, it hurts. You know what I mean? I swear, some days I can barely get out of bed. It hurts so bad. Driving a truck during the day, I have to climb in and out of that thing. And man, like on a leg day, 2 days later, I'm barely getting in and out of that truck. Like, I can feel it so much. Arms. If we just straight kill arms, man, my arm will be like this, and I have to like use my other hand to pull it down because it's just pulling so much in here. And I'll like hold it like this and sit on it a little bit to like stretch it out. You know what I mean? So it's agonizing sometimes. So in order to push through that and hold on to it, knowing there's no physical proof that I'm succeeding at the moment other than the scale, you know what I mean? Other than that, there's no physical proof for me. Maybe other people can see that I'm losing weight, but I don't see it. So it's holding on to that faith and then remembering my why every moment of that to bring that faith that I'm doing the right thing and the pain is worth it.
So when you're pulling me on the sled for the second time and you've got 50 yards to go.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't feet. That was like yards.
What's going through your mind?
I can honestly tell you in that moment, the first thing that popped in my mind was, I'm a beast. And I know I repeat that, but like that's a real thing.
Like the softball song?
Yes.
That,
like,
was it playing in your head?
I have to like just get into a whole different mode. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like my mind has to shift from the ordinary to the extraordinary in those moments, because to stay in the ordinary, I'd never complete it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But in that moment, I was actually envisioning my daughter smiling at me, and I had a picture of her, like us doing something. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily a vivid picture of what we were doing, but there are moments where we do things together, and she just cracks this big old smile.
Right.
And in that moment, I saw her smile at me. You know what I mean? And that like lit the biggest fire in my ass that you can imagine. And I was able to get you started and going down that damn runway, because it was not easy. The first time, I won't lie, like I didn't have to think about none of that. I wasn't relying on faith or anything. It was
fresh.
It was just, yo, we finna knock this out.
Right.
But that second time, I had to dig so deep. And
So all my people on the left, all my people on the right, swing one last time. We're not the red and crunk, you will get it crunk, crunk, crunk. And with 50 cents and jump, you get on one foot and jump. Tremendous, we drop you on the senses. I don't gotta promote it, for you to know the doc is off the benches. We keep the party rocking off the hinges. Hands showing off, what's going on, popular consensus. But critics see the doc.
Check this out, right? So you guys have been pouring so much into us. Me and Alex came up with this really cool thing that we were gonna shoot back at y'all to just kind of pay it forward, and I think y'all are gonna love it.
I know they're gonna love it, man. Come on, man. You think they're gonna love it?
I'm saying, right?
Y'all-
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all gonna love this. Y'all gonna love it. So each week we tweak Brad's nutrition. We do different workouts, and I believe, we believe, everybody believes, even the FedEx man who's squeaking
That
loud,
man's believer for real.
mess up my audio. We believe that all of you will benefit from maybe seeing the workouts that are being done, and maybe getting a glimpse of the nutrition program that Brad's on and the tweaks that happen. So if you would like to get weekly updates on a basic nutrition program to follow,
Cool, that man
Because-
said weekly.
weekly, and listen, it's 80% nutrition, right? So this will give you guys a fundamental layout, kind of like a blueprint to follow if you have no idea where to start on your weight loss journey. A fundamental layout, weekly programs, and also a workout regimen to follow. Really simple. It's the simplest. It's the least we can do to pour back into you guys. So if that sounds like something you want to do, click the link in the description below and subscribe to the email list. When you subscribe to the email list, we'll then plug you in and start sending you weekly emails from fluff to buff
Yeah.
on basic nutrition programs you can follow along with the workout program. So
Cool, that's what's up.
it's just one way of us thanking you. Thank you for your support. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button so you get a notification every time we
Just
post a
click
video.
it. Just click it.
All it takes is a 2-second click, 1 second click, maybe half a second click. All you gotta do is click the notification and you're good to go. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Love you. Have a great week. Peace.
Set this party off right, let's dance tonight. Now what the hell are you waiting for? After me, there should be no more. So for one last time, nigga, make some noise. Yeah.